We've done it, guys. We have tempted fate. Ronaldo has been injured, but he should be back just in time for the Manchester derby. Let's go take a look. Welcome back. This is episode 4 of United We Rise, the FM22 beta save with Manchester United here on Anderzbaz FM. And in today's episode, we have got the Manchester derby and a bit of a recap to see how we've been getting on whilst Ronaldo has been injured. Now, before we get into things, if this sounds like something you are interested in, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes of this series or any of my future content here on FM22. And if you enjoyed today's episode, give it a big thumbs up, hit that like button, let me know down in the comments below. There's been lots of interactions and they all help. And it's been great fun responding to you guys as well, so please keep that up. Now, let's have a look and see what's been happening since the last episode. And obviously, that last episode was transfer deadline day. If we have a look at the schedule, you can see there the league table as well. But if we have a look at the schedule since the end of August, things have been getting a little bit better. So we started things off with a 1-0 victory against Newcastle away from home. Obviously, we looked at the Newcastle side. They brought in nobody, so we should really be beating them. Things then took a little bit of a turn as we lost away from home, quite convincingly, to Villarreal. We got an own goal really late on. I thought we'd managed to clinch it, but we lost. Conceded a goal in the 97th minute. And more importantly, you may just not be able to see it behind my head, but there is a big red cross next to Ronaldo's name. So he has been out injured. He's back now. But if we have a look at his injury history, he has been out with a twisted ankle for 4 weeks. It was a moderate severity, and he was out from that Villarreal game and came back just a couple of games ago. So he came back during the international break, so he's played twice, I believe, since he has returned. That didn't stop us, though, as we got into the league. We beat Crystal Palace rather convincingly with a Harry Maguire header. And then this game here, which sets us up nicely for today's episode, the Carabao Cup third round at home to Manchester City. Both sides playing a reasonably strong side. Neither of us are quite playing our full best 11, but we managed to come out with a 4-0 victory on the back of a Bruno Fernandes hat-trick. Now, that is going to be a pretty common theme throughout most of these match reviews. Fernandes has been on fire, and really he is the Portuguese star that we were hoping Ronaldo was going to be. Now Ronaldo is back, we've got both of them. Maybe things are going to go on a bit more of a turnaround. But things carried on in winning ways. We beat West Ham 2-0 at home with Jesse Lingard getting a goal against his former club. Declan Rice also put in a good performance as well. We did miss a penalty as Fernandes missed, which would have put us 3-0 up. But that carried on with another great 5-0 victory this time at home to RB Salzburg in the Champions League, getting a bit more revenge for that first loss against Villarreal. We then struggled against Burnley. They got a penalty. We equalised straight back with Lingard again, someone who we were trying to get rid of during the deadline day on the score sheet once again. And he and Martial have both been putting in some good performances, so it's probably a good thing that we didn't manage to get rid of them in the end. After the struggle against Burnley, easily defeated Watford, Donny van de Beek being the man of the match here with an assist and a goal. And this was Ronaldo's first game back, and he was straight back on the score sheet. And we continued our winning ways, 4-1 away from home in Ukraine against Dinamo. We were pretty convincing. Wan-Bissaka got a goal and an assist. He nearly had another. He got man of the match. He got a 9 rating overall. Ronaldo on the score sheet once again, and that sets us up nicely for today's fixture at the City of Manchester Stadium at the Etihad in the Premier League. So let's have a look at the league table. And as you can see, Liverpool are kind of running away with things at the moment. We are sitting third on goal difference, just behind Man City. So the winner of today's game will go second, and we are the early kickoff. You can see Newcastle down here in the relegation zone because they didn't strengthen over the summer. They are going to struggle and they are going to need some sort of turnaround in January. Other surprises, perhaps Spurs, after their fantastic opening day performance, are languishing down in 16th. Arsenal aren't doing particularly well either. Chelsea on the outskirts of Europe. Norwich and Leeds both doing really, really well. They're the only two real surprises. But as I said, we head into this Man City game, which is a real 6-pointer. And we're pretty much at a full strength side. So Ronaldo's back. Rashford is also back. If we go to the team selection, we can see the 11 who we are going to be playing today. Onana is back from his global ban. He's played twice for us. He's got a clean sheet in his first game and conceded a late goal away at Kiev in the Champions League. But he is now our first choice goalkeeper. That does mean that De Gea is going to find himself on basically nowhere. He's not even going to make it onto the bench. And he's been performing quite well, as has Henderson. Both have been doing well. Probably regret getting another goalkeeper, if I'm honest. Anyway, the rest of the 11, we've got a back four of Shaw, Varane, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, full strength. Midfield, Pogba, Fernandes, Rice, full strength. And up front, Rashford, Ronaldo, Sancho, full strength. And this is the first game of the season where we are playing that front three in those positions. Now, Rashford is only back after a substitute appearance against Kiev midweek, so he's probably not going to make the whole game. But this is the 11, so let's get into the game and have a look how we fare at the Etihad. So here we are then. This is Pep's 11. Pretty full strength, I believe. Nobody missing there that we are expecting to perform. So we've been warned midweek by Beckham about De Bruyne. He is featuring as well. So this is how the table stands as well, which we've already looked at. Let's get to kick off. The players are on the pitch. And here we go, we're off. Now, before we get into the live action, a couple of notes of the things that have been happening since the last episode. Now, I found that I am completely incapable of talking to players. I've managed to completely annoy Bruno Fernandes, who came to me asking for a new contract. The only change I made to his suggestion was an extra year, and him and his agent stormed out. So I had to make the director of football handle the renewal in the end. And he has signed a new contract. He's with us for another 5 years, so that's all good. He's back on side. We're nearly at half-time, and I've not even got there yet. I've also managed to annoy Maguire by praising him on his performances. Speaking of, we're going to demand more because we're at half-time and nothing has happened. I have spoken my way through this first half on about things that have happened outside of the game, which suggests it's been quite dull. 3 bookings for us. No chances of note for anyone. This has been a dull game. Yeah, fans have turned up, so put a shift in, please. Second half. This is going to be a quick episode if this is all that's happening. We'll demand more. It's gone out for a corner. Okay, no, it's not gone out for a corner because I've just done a shout and it's confused everyone. Right, it's a Man City goal kick in the first highlight of the game, 51 minutes in. And Mahrez has it down this near side, and Cancelo is into space. I believe Shaw is with him. Mahrez has got it back in the inside, and Gundogan has got it on the edge of the box. Jesus to Mahrez, and it's been snuffed out by Shaw. Onana clears it. Ronaldo can't bring it down though, and it's back to the Man City defence. But Bruno Fernandes has intercepted Sancho. Lovely ball out to Rashford on this near side. Can he make his first real imprint on the season so far? He tries to find Pogba but can't, and the ball is dealt with by Man City. But we have it again with Varane at the back. Now, this is kind of problem. This highlight has summed up the game so far. Not much. And hang on, Fernandes is through. And just like that, we are 1-0 up. As I'm about to say, this highlight has summed up the game so far in that nothing has happened. A break, a ball over the top, a lovely ball from Pogba. If we see this again, he turns, finds the space. Fernandes runs into it, brings it down, volleys it home, and it's 1-0. 52 minutes gone, the 53rd minute for the goal. And this is our 5th goal of the season against Manchester City. And hopefully we're on our way to get our first league victory against them. Foden is on for Grealish. And Ronaldo's getting a bit tired. I think I'm going to have to look at that after this highlight. Pogba again with a lovely ball to Sancho, who's on that far side. Can he get a ball into the box? He can. Ronaldo can't quite win the header though. But Shaw has it. Feeds the ball inside to Pogba, who shoots. Fernandes is on it. Turn. Sancho, and it's 2-0. Fernandes once again and Pogba both involved in the build-up, and Sancho has buried it, and this is what we like to see. This is the sort of performance we should have seen in the first game of the season, but now the squad have been embedded a little bit together. Fernandes finds Sancho with a lovely ball, and he runs onto it and buries it home, and that's 2-0. And I think we're going to make a couple of changes. So let's have a look what we can do. Both Rashford is tired. Ronaldo's tired as well. In fact, most of our front three, in fact, everyone is feeling it from the midweek fixture. So what we'll do is we'll bring Martial on for Ronaldo. Rashford can come off as well. Lingard has been playing really well. We'll get Sancho off. We'll have a complete refresh of our front three. And then we'll have a quick look who else can come off. So Wan-Bissaka is tired, but he's had a good game, another good game. I think maybe Shaw is the man to come off for our fourth and final substitute. So Dalot has been playing really... Oh, we can't make any more substitutions. I thought we could make 4. I don't understand the rules at the moment. We'll go with 3. Maybe I can only make 3 at a time. We'll see. But yeah, Dalot has been playing really well. When he's been coming on off the bench and starting in place of either Shaw or Wan-Bissaka. So he's been a good addition to the side. In fact, the whole squad, whenever people have been given a chance over recent games, they have performed. So we've had good games from McTominay, for example. Fred has even put in a good performance. We've had Rice has been stepping in at centre-back in a game when Varane was... I don't know if he was injured. I think he was injured. And Maguire got taken off with a knock, so Rice came on in defence as well. So everyone has been putting in a shift. As I mentioned, both Lingard and Martial have been playing well. So's Greenwood, and Fernandes has got another. Fernandes is on fire. He deserves his new contract, and he is putting in the type of performances that I was expecting from Ronaldo, in all honesty. But as long as it's a Portuguese player, I don't think anyone really cares. So Greenwood finds the ball into the middle. He does a little 1-2 with Fernandes, in fact a 1-2-1-2-1, and Fernandes rockets home and it buried it into the back of the net, and it's 3-0. Man City have not been at the races. In fact, to be fair to them, the stats are suggesting it's been a very, very fair game. We've just had the better chances, and when we've had them, we've put them away. And I've not had to say a single thing in this second half, as we have a throw on the far side. That's Wan-Bissaka back into Greenwood, who turns, finds Wan-Bissaka, who's going to try and find Fernandes for his hat-trick maybe. He hasn't. Martial gets it. Lingard is there to score the fourth, and once again it is 4-0 against Manchester City. They are on the receiving end of another thumping, and this is what you like to see if you are a Man United fan. Greenwood works well with Wan-Bissaka, finds Fernandes, who isn't greedy. Martial turns, finds Lingard in space, and he's buried it into the bottom corner, and that is 4. I can't say much more than that. All of our striking options are performing well so far this season. We've had a lot of yellow cards, so maybe we should tell them to stay on their feet for the last minute of the game. But that is it. The blue suit has done wonders. 4-0. If you weren't expecting that coming into this, well, neither was I, honestly. You were right not to expect it. Massive XG improvement as well. They were nowhere in that second half. We were level as we got to half-time. And Fernandes has inspired a fantastic 4-0 victory. I am delighted. It's not an easy rivalry, but we've smashed them. A brilliant result. Obviously, it's not going to tell us much by looking at the league table, because no one else has played, but we have gone second, that is for sure. No one can catch us. Maybe Man City can fall from third. But no other games have happened so far. And there we go, 4-0 victory. And whilst we're here, we might as well look at the schedule going forward. So we've been drawn at home against Birmingham in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. We won't do that fixture today. We'll save a Carabao Cup episode for a later date if we hopefully get through to the semis or the final, because who really cares about the Carabao Cup? It's not what it used to be. It's not the Worthington Cup. It's not the Coca-Cola Cup anymore. But in the league, our next league games are against Arsenal, Everton and Wolves. I suspect Arsenal will be the toughest of those challenges, but I think in the form we're in, we should be able to breeze by them. They're not doing fantastic in the league themselves, currently in 9th. But as far as it goes for the next episode, I'm tempted to see what we have in December. Maybe that game against Chelsea, or potentially Leicester in mid-December, or maybe even wait until New Year's Day to have a clash with league leaders Liverpool. I think that might be where we head for our next episode, because then we can have a bit of a wrap up of what's been happening in the first half of the season. So that will be our next destination, at home to Liverpool on New Year's Day. And that's where we leave things for now. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Really appreciate all of the comments, as I mentioned before. And hopefully this episode has been a bit more inspiring, because the last game we played on camera was a little bit disappointing. But that's all we have time for. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I certainly have, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks a lot. Goodbye. Well, hey, you've made it to the end of the video, and hang on, it's a subscribe button. Tap on this, even if you've done it already, just try it, see what happens. And then if you're hanging around, have a look at these. One of these. Check out some of this amazing content. You won't regret it. I'll see you next time.